It was just another ordinary day out here on Layton Lakes until I started hunting, and then I realized that there was some absolute giant whitetail bucks out here. Now, when I say giants, I'm not talking about just one or two. I'm not talking about one or two good spots. I'm talking about over half of my spots had some massive whitetail bucks, including one that's so big, I didn't even know what to do. He's so big, he's super wide, and he's got an estimate of a minimum of 259. That's a freaking giant. Now there's a whitetail doe here, but there's two huge whitetail bucks right in the same thicket. So we need to somehow kick up those two bucks. All right, there goes the doe. And there's one of them right there, and there's the other one. Actually, that is not the other one. But that is the other one right there. All right, so they're going hard right on me, which is not actually where I wanted them to go, but that'll work out. That'll definitely work out. All right, so there's one of them right out in the front there. Should have smoked him. But I also probably should have zeroed in for 300. I don't know why I wasn't. Well, there's the other buck right there. We're gonna absolutely smoke him. What is up with my shots here? So here's the last place that we saw the first buck, and he's laying right here. Let's find out where we actually did hit. We shot high. 240 yards. Man, that was my bad. I thought he was 300 plus, so I held high for the shoulder and spine, and we shot right over the top of his spine. But a 216, as you can see, a beautiful whitetail buck. And then we got this buck laying over here. I don't know if we shot high again or what happened, but it's another great whitetail down. Yep, we shot in the exact same spot. Kind of ironic. This time it was 330 yards and I held high again because I thought it was further. But 207 whitetail buck. And then you come over here and we got yet another beautiful whitetail buck. That's going to be him right there at about 170 yards out. He's right over the backside of that hill right there. Definitely didn't mess that one up. This is only my second spot. I still have, I think, 3 more locations left with giant bucks. I don't think I've ever seen this many giant bucks in this little bit amount of spots. All right, here's our whitetail buck down right here, and a 229. Wow, that is a nice buck. That's our biggest one so far. 246 yard double lung shot, 229. You thought that was big? Check this one out over here. We're gonna go over to Chila Lake right now. I got one sitting out here, and man, well, let's just say when you see him, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. All right, we got a couple of whitetail right there. I don't see the buck yet, but I know he's definitely over there somewhere. So we'll keep an eye on this opening here. And when he steps out, we'll take the shot. It's a doe, and it looks like there's actually 2 of them. Another one out there, but right there is the big buck that we're looking for. 212 to 253. He took a step forward, and we took him right to the ground. Let's go get him. See, you guys probably think I'm a really bad shot based off those 2 bucks in the beginning, but those 2 shots were not bad. It's just that I misestimated the range on them. I thought the one buck was about 300 and I thought the other buck was about 380. And so I held high on both shots and I hit high on both shots. All right, this guy here should be like a 220 plus, and it's gonna be a 213 left lung, liver, and stomach shot. So that's another giant buck, but then you gotta see the size of this next whitetail. Did I say whitetail? I meant tails. We got 2 giant whitetails here. There's one right there in the woods, and there's another one not too far away. But that one's got an estimate of 200 to 241. Unfortunately, we can't see him very good because he's in that thick brush. Well, I got an idea. Not that it really matters that much. Woo! Straight to the ground. I'm trying to find the other big buck. That's not him there. There he is. I found him. All right, another one of those. Well, tried for our next shot, but somehow we actually did in fact get vitals. That buck's going down as well. Another great whitetail right there. See? He is bigger than I thought. Just now when I was looking at him, he didn't look like he was over 200. But now that I'm looking at him, that's definitely a 200 plus all day long right there. And then there was another buck out here as well. I wouldn't mind taking him down, but yeah, that one there. You know, I think we might actually hold off on that. We might hold off on that just because the other two bucks that we shot are giants. And we don't want to be shooting something medium sized during the same time that we're taking down some giants. But overall, I'm quite impressed with both those shots. This buck here went straight down, and the other buck didn't go very far either. That's going to be a 216 gold, and we pulled off. Look at that. I've only seen this done maybe twice the whole time I've played Call of the Wild. Straight through the neck and into the heart at 205 yards. And then we got this nice whitetail down here. That's actually going to be the biggest one. 225.3, a nice left lung shot at 240 yards. No wonder why I didn't think that buck looked very big, because all I could see was this side here. But in reality, that's a sweet looking, really nice buck. But if you guys thought that last buck was big, I can't wait until you see the size of this next one. Look at the size of that whitetail right there. 259 minimum to 300. Wow. He's so big. You guys can't tell how big he is right now because he's broadside, but when he's facing you, he's super wide. Let me tell you, he is super impressive. We're gonna go for a shot here. It's a long ways out, but we're talking about 350 yards. All right, guys, this time we're holding it right on the heart. No more messing up shots. There he is though. Look at that rack. Wow. Right on the money. And we dropped him. That is how it's supposed to go. All right, let's go down there and go take a look. We got him. That was a long ways out. And honestly, like, I would love for the great one to come to this spot here, because this spot here is incredible. You can see for a super long ways down, and also a lot of these trees around here, you could set up a tree stand in as well. But there he lays right there. Actually, no, that is not our buck. I was like, that is not a very impressive whitetail. That's not our buck. That, however, is our buck. Oh, that was so funny. I thought, wait a second. This buck is getting some major ground shrinkage right now. This buck looks way smaller than when we first saw him. And even the second time I saw him, he started getting smaller. And now he's even smaller. But that's not the right buck. That's a buck I shot the time before. And honestly, this buck here is not even that small. It's just not a giant. This buck here, when I took the shot at this buck, that's how, yeah, look, you see what I'm talking about? That's not a small buck. This buck here is actually how I found the giant 322 yard double lung 194. I shot at this buck, and in the background, I saw this super wide buck running away. And I looked, and that is when I spotted this one. So had I not taken the shot at the other buck, I never would have seen this thing. But look at this beauty. Wow. See what I'm talking about? You can't tell how big it is from far away like that, but when you're up close, look at how wide that buck is. That is an impressive whitetail. And probably the biggest one that we've seen in a good while. For sure. Let's have a look. It's gonna be a 260 diamond whitetail. Took him at 350 yards and smoked him right in the shoulder and got double lung. There we have it. 260 diamond whitetail. Let's find out how wide that buck was. Overall spread of 36 inches, but a tip to tip spread of 27.5 inside. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I was telling you guys about how wide this buck actually was. All right, guys, on that note, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, and I wanted to let you guys know that it seems like our map is definitely heating up, and we could potentially have a great one in the very near future.